Hey
How
guys,
are you?
we're doing pretty good out here because we're inside. We got a roof over our head and it's always good. We're at the B29 Streetery this morning, and of course Thanksgiving is coming up on Thursday, so we've got more than just your regular one dish deal here. We've got all sorts going on here this morning. Greg, take it away. What have we got going on here?
All right, so we're going to be doing turkey two ways. We're going to be doing an herb roasted breast with turkey leg confit,
Okay.
cornbread stuffing with smoked oysters.
Oh, I love cornbread stuff. It's what my grandmother always made from the South.
Yep.
I love that stuff.
We're also going to have mashed potatoes and gravy. So
Mashed potatoes and gravy. All right, that sounds great. So we're gonna have all that coming up for you later on in the show. So definitely gonna. It was one of these days where you just want to call in sick from work, maybe going a little bit late, so you can get all these recipes down for the big dinner being cooked up on Thursday. Yeah, we are just going out here, man, ready for Thanksgiving dinner, and Greg is out here. We got all sorts of delicious things all prepped, ready to be thrown together for a great meal. But of course, Thanksgiving takes a lot of preparation, Greg. Talk about some of the best ways maybe to organize your Thanksgiving dinner at home, and maybe some of the best places to get your food.
So start off with, you've got your turkey. So we've got an all-natural Foster Farms turkey, actually picked up right around the corner. It's a 12-pound bird. I tend to get smaller birds because I don't have to feed that many people, but they range up to 26, 27 pounds. We're going to roast it off on a bed of veggies, and we're actually going to cook the legs in a separate way, which will be a confit. It's normally a very lengthy process, so we'll just kind of run through how it goes.
Okay.
And I mean, the biggest thing is to have a good time. If you're not enjoying yourself, why go through the stress?
Yeah.
And B, there are a couple of things that'll make your life easier. My biggest thing for Super Cheater mashed potatoes is a food mill. So this is, you put your blanched potatoes right in here, crank it along, comes out no lumps, absolutely perfect. You just fold in your butter, your sour cream, whatever kind of flavorings you want, and you get perfect mashed potatoes.
That sounds great.
Second cheater is a food processor, which we're going to use today with making our stuffing. Anything that needs to be chopped, minced, diced, anything like that, pop it in there, just zap it, and you're ready to go.
Okay, so that's definitely gonna save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Trying to get things ready for Thanksgiving dinner. Is it possible to throw dinner together one person?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean it's a little bit of work, but I mean the bird kind of takes care of itself. It's nice, juicy, moist. All you got to do is treat it right. You're looking at using the same stocks, the same basic flavorings all the way through. So it's just a matter of, getting everything together and executing.
And remember to thaw out your bird before you
Yeah.
stick it in the oven. Hey guys, yeah, we are getting ready for Thanksgiving feast here. One of the most difficult things, one of the most intimidating things, and the vegetarian's worst nightmare, butchering a turkey. Greg, how do you do it?
All right, so first thing you do, get rid of this. That is intended to make sure you have a safe turkey, not necessarily a tasty turkey. You can make a safe turkey with no problem and still have it tasty.
Okay.
One of the easiest ways to do that is actually to cook the legs and the breast separate, which is what we're going to do today. So our legs are going in a salt and sugar cure.
Okay.
And they're actually going to sit in the cure overnight. So we've got some stunt doubles along with us, but what it does is dry it out a little bit and gets it all seasoned and yummy, keeps it nice and moist.
You just kind of get in there. You don't really intimidate it at all, are you? Just
not
kinda
really.
Right in there.
So then we have our breasts. The legs are the wings are folded around back behind it, so that gives it a nice sturdy base. I like to roast it off on a bed of vegetables, which we've got right here, ready to go. And
Cool.
then the big question is, what is the potato for? They're shims. You're always going to have an extra potato laying around, so you use it to hold the bird from keeping to rocking around and falling over.
Okay.
I got a little herb and oil marinade. It's just parsley, shallots, garlic, and a little bit of oil all blended
my wife
together.
would love that.
So gives it lots of flavor, helps caramelize the skin. And so the breast is actually ready to roast just like that. This we're going to top with a little bit more of that cure. And so this is the shape that you'll leave it in for 24 hours.
Okay.
So
cool.
after that we rinse it off, dry it, and then we slow cook it for 8 hours.
Sounds good. We're going to kind of see the results of that coming up here. We're going to speed fast forward time with our stunt double. We'll show you what it looks like. Again, I just want to say this looks great. Looks like maybe something you could do for St. Patty's Day. Get your turkey all dressed up in green. We're going to have more dishes coming up for you in just a little bit as well.
I'm a big fan of cornbread stuffing with smoked oysters. It's actually a very traditional way to make it. I buy just cornbread croutons, pretty straightforward. So we take onions, celery, carrots, and parsley all chopped together. Then we throw it right in our friend the food processor.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
So much easier than chopping it by hand. Pretty much goes.
I could have been saving all this time, Greg, and nobody ever told me.
I know, and it's that quick. So what we're going to do after this is all chopped, we're going to toss it right into some turkey stock. So turkey stock, very easy to make. If for whatever reason you don't feel like making turkey stock or you just don't have the time, you can use chicken stock or the chicken broth that they sell at grocery stores. So we're going to toss that right into the stock.
Okay.
And we're just going to let it simmer just to let the veggies get cooked just a little bit.
Okay.
So while we're at that, we've got our smoked oysters right there.
There's something new. I haven't never had those for Thanksgiving before.
Sketchy looking little buggers, but they taste great.
I bet.
So we're going to toss them in, stir it around, and the veggies really do cook just that quickly. They're pretty much ready to go already.
Oh wow, that's
So,
incredible.
We're going to take this
In and out.
and we're going straight into our croutons.
Oh, that's good.
And it takes a surprising amount of liquid.
Oh, it smells amazing. Is that the oysters?
Yep.
Oh man. I never would have thought to put oysters in there.
So the more, basically, now this is a matter of personal preference. If you like your stuffing to be really moist, add more liquid. If you like it dry and slightly crunchy and like that, you just let it sit and give it a little bit less liquid. So
Okay.
now we're ready to go, and this is going in the oven with our turkey.
Okay, cool. And I can't wait to see what it looks like. Yeah, I've taken off the hat and the gloves because we're inside.
Yeah, it's about time we saw you without the hat.
Yeah, I actually do have a little bit of hair left, believe it or not. All right, well, we are out here this morning cooking up some Thanksgiving dinner. And while Greg's been making some cornbread stuffing, we butchered the turkey, then we fast-forwarded time through our magic abilities, and we've roasted this turkey for 8 hours.
Yep.
And now the turkey legs are out of the oven, and man, they look good, but Greg tells me they're not quite finished yet. What's next, Greg?
Yeah. So these have been cured for 24 hours. Then they were slow cooked for 8 hours. So what we're going to do now is just crisp up the skin in a pan. So I've got a hot nonstick pan, and this doesn't need any oil. It's ready to go. You can just do it straight. So see how tender that is? The bone's actually falling right out. So
You'll probably eat the bone instead of tender.
we're going straight skin side down, and basically all we want to do is crisp up the skin, get some color on it.
Okay.
Nothing fancy, just trying to make it nice.
All right. Is this going to add any texture to the bird as well?
It's going to add texture, and it's definitely going to make it a little bit more eye appealing. I mean, it looks good now, but we get some color on it, and it will look absolutely fantastic.
All right, Rich. Well, this leg is for you, Rich. I know you want it, and you deserve it, buddy.
So,
And
let's
Casey,
take a
you can have
peek.
the bones.
Oh, see how it's getting nice and brown? So we're going to slide this right off onto our platter.
All right. Oh yeah, look at that.
So,
Nice golden brown.
mm,
That looks really good.
yeah, we call that GBD, golden brown and delicious.
So now it's ready to eat then.
Yep.
Just ready to go.
And it is, so to give you an idea, so this is the bone. It is actually fork tender right there.
Oh man.
So it just comes right apart.
That is incredible.
So we'll hit that with our breast and some gravy and be ready to roll.
Now, as the chef, kind of, isn't it your duty to make sure that it tastes good
Yeah.
before you serve
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So shouldn't you, get your hand in here, maybe grab a little bit of the meat, just to make sure? It's a hard job, it really is, but it needs to be done to make sure everything is properly prepared. Yeah, Thanksgiving is here now, everyone. This is good stuff. Oh, Greg, thanks so much. We're got a lot more coming up here. Some more wonderful Thanksgiving dishes coming up So yeah, I'm sorry, this turkey's just so good. I can't even talk. And we're talking turkey, stuffing, turkey. Delicious food out here coming up for you from the B29 Streetery plus weather forecast. Stick around. Right, Jay, and here it is. This is the turkey. Notice it is not green.
It is not green anymore.
Comes out looking all brown, golden, delicious. So I can't wait to eat it. And I'm wondering just how different this one's going to taste than this one, since they were made different ways. So we're going to find all that out coming up here in just a little bit as well. Our cornbread dressing, that's what my grandmother calls it. Some people call it stuffing. That's all ready to go as well. And things are really shaping up out here. We're going to start putting this feast together here for the rest of the show. So cannot wait to see that. With Jay and Greg and myself, and don't forget Mary behind the camera, ready for Thanksgiving feast. I got a lot to be thankful for here, guys.
You're in your rightful place. You have been sampling all morning. Get out!
No,
Yes.
I will not leave.
Actually, we're starting to wrap up Thanksgiving here in the B29 Streetery food truck. We're with Greg, Chef Greg, as his friends like to call him. We're getting down to the end here. You'd be amazed how many Facebook messages I get about, can I have this recipe? Can I get this recipe? Like, are you opening your own food truck? Anyway, all right, we've cooked up 2 forms of turkey. Adam is helping stir your gravy.
Yep.
You've got your stuffing, you've got your mashed potatoes.
Yep.
What have you got left?
All right, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to carve the bird.
Okay.
Let me slip right behind you. We're going to pull the platter out because,
here it
believe it or
comes.
not, it is cold in here. So,
All right, this is the turkey confit,
yes.
which we had to look up. I'm not gonna lie, we actually did Wikipedia what that was when you sent me the recipe the other day.
Nice.
That's turkey cooked in its own fat.
Yep.
All right,
All right, so our bird, nice and gorgeous, not green.
not green. It
not-
looked a little odd when you put it in.
No green turkey. We're,
Okay.
we're all good. So I've got slices along the breastbone already, and we're
So
just
you go right down along the backbone.
Yep.
On the inside there.
and now we're just gonna peel it right off, right along the rib cage, and get 2 nice little lobes. So what you're gonna watch out for is you're gonna have your collarbones or wishbones, which are always in the way. But we peel that right off. Got 1 nice, perfect, beautiful turkey breast.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you slice it, you want to make sure you get nice and thin and go against the grain. So if your turkey breast your grain runs this way you're cutting it so it'll be the moistest and tender as opposed to
See, now that's part of my problem because I've always done it is you cut horizontal.
Yep.
And then slice it right off of the turkey.
Yeah.
That's why it's coming out dry.
About the only thing that you ever cut with the grain is jerky.
It's jerky?
Yep.
Okay. I usually just pull jerky out with my teeth, but that's just me.
So nice and pretty. That's going to go
Oh,
right
that's
onto
good.
our platter right there.
Okay.
So we've got
2
that.
different kinds of turkey. Did you taste much of a difference, Adam, between the 2
I
turkeys?
did not try the other turkey yet. Just the
So-
confit is all I've had, and that was delicious.
So here's our gravy.
Okay.
I promised Jay an on-air confession.
Yes.
I use powdered gravy mix.
You know what? So did I yesterday. It doesn't matter, does it?
So
I
what-
will admit that we did boil the turkey neck.
Yep.
And use that as the stock.
That's exactly it. I do make a turkey stock. I use fresh herbs, fresh ground pepper, but instead of making a dark roux or screwing around with the drippings or anything like that,
Yep.
I thicken it with the instant gravy mix. It gives it a great flavor. It looks absolutely fantastic.
If it's
No
good
lumps.
enough for Chef Greg, it's good enough for you, folks.
So we've actually got our dressing in here as well.
This is the cornbread stuffing.
Yep.
The Do More Monday gals ask if you really did use croutons.
Yes.
Did you make your own croutons? Because that might be cheating too. You might have 2 on-air confessions.
No, I actually picked them up at a grocery store. I mean, they've got a gazillion different kinds available right now.
It's okay. Stephanie told me it's false confession day.
Oh,
so
nice.
You're set.
Excellent. I'm staying right with the theme of it.
Ooh, I can smell the oysters in that, which
Yeah.
I was glad that you put those in there because that's actually something that my family used to
Mm-hmm.
do a long, long time ago. So have you
Yeah.
tried oysters and stuffing before?
I've never had it. No.
It's good stuff. I'm
sure
a big
it is.
fan, actually.
I love
All right.
oysters.
So we're going to make up a little plate. We got a couple slices of breast.
Okay.
Look at that. That came out nice. And our confit, so once again, this just comes right off the bone.
Oh
it
my
just
gosh,
tears
look at
right
that.
off.
It's almost like a pulled pork turkey
Yep.
kind of thing. All right.
We've got, lost my spoon. Got a little bit of our stuffing.
Again, if we had smell-o-vision, folks, you have no idea how that stuffing smells right
Mashed
now.
potatoes. Now, my mashed potatoes, I do use a combination of potatoes.
Okay.
I do a 2-to-1 ratio of Yukon Gold potatoes to russet potatoes.
Okay.
So you get nice and creamy, and then the russet potato just adds enough starch to really hold it up.
Okay. And then are you a gravy over everything kind of guy, or just on the potatoes? Because I will pour gravy on everything.
me too,
Yeah,
man.
I'm pretty. I mean, you go to all the trouble of making gravy, you might as well use it
That's
everywhere.
right.
Yeah.
Everything goes better with bacon and gravy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's actually bacon in the turkey confit, right? You
Yep.
kinda
Just a little bit of
soak that
bacon fat in
bacon
the
fat?
confit while we were at it. So.
Okay, so now we've kind of condensed all of this down. Tell me exactly how many hours this probably took altogether.
So because the confit has to be cured, and I marinated the turkey overnight and did all that,
Yep.
it was maybe 72 hours from start to finish. But actual labor, I mean, you watched us make the stuffing on air.
Right.
You watched us break down the turkey on air.
Right.
I mean, the only thing that we didn't make was watching me simmer the gravy or make mashed potatoes, neither of which is really labor intensive.
So really, you can get started on a Wednesday, order a pizza, and Thursday should be pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, and it turns out fantastic.
It turns out that actually Wednesday is the second busiest pizza day of the year.
I
The
believe it.
first, Super Bowl Sunday. Just thought you'd want to know that. All right, we'll send it back into you, Stephanie. Thanks. We appreciate it very much, Greg. We've had a great time. We're going to eat now.
It's Rich, Chris, Jay, Stephanie, David. This is a big thank you to you from Greg out here from the Big 29 Shooter. He says, no more whining if you don't get food for the rest of the year if we run out. Because this should take care of it for the rest of the year. I've got this bowl of taters that he was just going to throw out. They're mine now. So I'm just going to continue to scoop this out here. And we're going to talk more with Greg here coming up on the Local Buzz about some of our favorite Thanksgiving memories. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Right now, let's send it back into Stephanie and Jay.
Adam, what if I needed your forecast and you're talking with your mouth full?
Yeah, guys, there's still plenty. Take a look at this. We have got all sorts of turkey here. Turkey that's been roasted in the oven. Turkey confit. There's a French way to prepare it, cook it in its own fat. Then you got mashed potatoes, and we've got cornbread dressing as well, cornbread stuffing. I just got to say, it's all delicious. You're all going to get plenty coming up here later on in the show. Greg here with the B29 Streeter, he prepared it all for us. So again, a big thanks to you. And I guess this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for Greg, and also my wife. What are you thankful for, Greg?
Having the day off, my wife, being around family. I've traveled quite a bit, lived all across the country, so being back home in Idaho is definitely something to be happy about.
Very, very cool.
Cooking up Thanksgiving all in a food truck, and it's been great.
Yeah, it's right here, guys, and man, it looks good. Cannot wait to share it with you. We're going to bring it in here after the show and just have a feast. And just making this kind of reminds me of my own Thanksgivings growing up as a kid. We used to always go visit my grandmother's house, my dad's mom. She hated turkey, so she would always make a huge duck. And I just had all these great memories of eating duck growing up. And then the next day, we'd drive to my other grandma's house and have turkey. Really good time of the year to be me. Do you have any favorite Thanksgivings or any traditions you'd like to share with us, Greg?
Probably favorite culinary Thanksgiving was first Thanksgiving I worked in a nice restaurant. We hung out afterwards and watched the old Julia Child Thanksgiving special. And this was the one where she churned with the turkey like this, and the turkey stayed put while she churned, and the turkey just blew up on the floor. Then it was like commercial. So yeah, we would watch that. That was our tradition, was after the Thanksgiving rush, we would watch that special, and it always made us feel better. It's like, all right.
I've never seen that. I got to look that up on YouTube.
Yeah.